Hey, I'm Papurr, and for the past 5 years, I've been mastering the art of credit and travel hacking. And in that time, I've helped over 4,400 people repair and rebuild their credit, as well as teach them how to maximize rewards to travel first class and stay in 5-star hotels for free. Today, we're tackling something that affects literally everyone, but nobody taught us in school: how to build credit from absolute zero in 2025. And the best part is, this guy works whether you're in the United States or the United Kingdom. Now imagine this: you want to buy a car, rent an apartment, or maybe even get that dream home, but then you hear those dreaded words, "Sorry, we need to check your credit score," and you're standing there like, my shit, what do I do? My mad language. But don't worry, I was exactly where you are. 3 years ago, my credit score was basically non-existent. Today, let's just say I get approved for pretty much anything I apply for. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's build your financial future together right now. Now, before we jump into how, let's talk about the why. Your credit score isn't just some random number. Think of it as your financial report card that follows you everywhere. Now, a good credit score helps you get approved for apartments and homes, secure lower interest rates on loans, saving you thousands, qualified for better credit card rewards, and sometimes even land a job. Yes, some employees actually check your credit score and even get better insurance rates depending on what your credit score is like. Now, here's something wild. The difference between a poor and an excellent credit score could cost you over $200,000 in interest payments throughout your life. That's basically a whole house in some parts of the country. So now that we know why it matters, let's get into the good stuff: how to build it from nothing. Before building anything, you need to understand the blueprint. Let's quickly cover how credit scoring works in both the US and the UK. Now, in the United States, your FICO score ranges from 300 to 850. Anything above 750 is considered excellent. It's calculated based on 5 main factors. Factor 1 being payment history, which makes up 35% of the chart. Do you pay your bills on time? Factor 2 is credit utilization, which plays 30% of the pie. How much of your available credit are you actually using? Number 3 is length of credit history, which takes up about 15%, which basically means how long have you had credit accounts. And factor number 4 is credit mix. Different types of credit. Have you got cards, loans, mortgages, finances? And then finally, new credit inquiries takes up another 10%, and that's how often you actually apply for new credit. Now, for those in the United Kingdom, things work a bit differently there. No universal credit score. Instead, each credit reference agency, that be Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, has their own scoring system. Now, Experian is 0 to 999. A good score is anything above 881. Equifax is 0 to 1,000. Anything above 531 is a good score. And then finally, TransUnion is between 0 and 710. Anything above 604 is a good score. Now, despite these differences, the factors that build good credit are remarkably similar in both countries: on-time payments, low credit utilization, length of history, and not applying for too much credit at once. And here's the universal catch: you need credit to build credit. Frustrating, right? But don't worry, I've got the solution for that exact problem coming up. That works on both sides of the pond, whether it be United Kingdom, whether it be United States. But before we move on, a quick myth-busting moment for everyone. Checking your own credit score does not hurt your credit. That's called a soft pull in the US and a soft search in the UK. Only when lenders check your credit, you get a hard pull or a hard search, and that temporarily affects your score. Now, first things first, you need to know where you stand. Even if you think you have zero credit history, you should check your credit report. Now, if you're in the United States, go to something like annualcreditreport.com. This is the only government authorized site where you can get your actual credit report for free from all 3 bureaus, that be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. During these times, you can get 1 free report from each bureau per year. But good news, through the end of 2025, you can get weekly free reports due to the current situations going on. Now, for the UK viewers, you have several options to check your credit report for free. There's Credit Karma, which shows your TransUnion report, ClearScore, which shows your Equifax report, MSC Credit Club, which shows your Experian report, or directly through each credit reference agency's website, where you can usually get a statutory credit report for £2 or even sometimes for free. Now, in both countries, you have a legal right to see your credit information. If you find any errors, even a small one, dispute them immediately. About 20% of people have errors on their credit report that could be affecting their scores. Both countries have processes to fix these errors. Now, for the most powerful tools for building credit from scratch, secured credit cards in the US and credit builder cards in the UK. Now, in the United States, secured cards require a deposit that becomes your credit limit. Put down $200, get a $200 limit. It's like credit card training wheels. Some people's options include Discover Secured, Capital One Platinum Secured, and Citi Secured MasterCard. Now, in the UK, you'll want to look for Credit Builder cards specifically designed for people with limited credit history. These typically have higher interest rates but easier approvals. Popular options include the Capital One Classic, Aqua Classic, and the Swiss Bank cards. Now, here's what makes these cards amazing for beginners in both countries. They report to all major credit reference agencies. Almost anyone can get approved, even with no credit. Many have paths to better products after 6 to 12 months of responsible usage. Now, when I personally got started, I got the Tesco credit card, which after 8 months of perfect payments, I qualified for an even better card with a higher limit, which was the American Express. When choosing a card in 2025, you need to look out for no annual fee if possible. In the UK, these may be harder to find, but worth searching for. You also want to make sure that it reports to all credit bureaus and agencies. This is a non-negotiable and a clear path to a better product after having the beginner credit card, and if possible, some kind of reward or cashback coming with the card so you can get some benefits. Now, here's the most important rule with any credit card anywhere in the world: pay the full balance every month on time, every time. Set up autopay if you need to. One missed payment can seriously damage your score in both countries, and here's my personal hack that works globally. Keep your utilization below 15%. That means if your limit is £200 or $200, you should never ever be lower than £30 or $30 on the card. When the statement closes, even better, keep it under 10%. Now, credit builder loans and saving accounts, these are also another perfect way for beginners in both countries because they're specifically designed to build credit. Now, in the United States, credit builder loans work like this. You borrow, say $1,000, but you don't actually get the money up front. Instead, you make fixed monthly payments for 6 to 24 months. Once you complete all payments, you get the money back, minus any interest and fees. Popular US options for this include Self, formerly known as Self Lender, which offers terms from $25 a month. Credit Strong is also a good one, which has plans that start around $15 a month. And then many local card unions also offer these with better terms. Now, in the United Kingdom, you have similar options with different names. Lockbox, you can choose how much to save each month from £20 and it reports as loan payments. Credit Ladder is another good one, which reports your rent payments to credit reference agencies like credit unions. Credit unions often offer save as you borrow products that work similarly. Now, the key in both countries is that these payments get reported to the credit bureaus and agencies, building your payment history, which is crucial to your score. I used a credit builder product alongside my starter card and my score jumped significantly within the first 6 months. Now let me share a little shortcut that works in both countries, though it works differently. In the United States, becoming an authorized user on someone else's credit card can be a huge boost. When someone adds you as an authorized user, often that card's entire history gets added to your credit report. Instant history boost. Now in the United Kingdom, this works a bit differently. Being added as an additional card holder typically doesn't help your credit score directly. However, joint accounts, joint loans, or joint mortgages do create financial associations that can influence your creditworthiness. Now, a few critical points for everyone to take into account is to make sure the primary account holder has good credit habits. In the US, confirm that the card issuer reports authorized users to the bureaus, which most major issuers do. Now, if you're in the UK, consider asking a family member to add you to the household utility accounts. Now, please understand that this is not about asking strangers or paying services to add you that potentially can be fraud in both countries. This is about asking your parent, your spouse, or very trusted friends to help you out. For example, when I was starting out, a family member with excellent credit helped me, and it made a significant difference in my credit journey. Now, here's something really cool that's becoming more mainstream in the credit world, especially in 2025, and works on both sides of the Atlantic, whether you're in the United Kingdom, whether you're in the United States, and that's alternative data for credit building. Now in the US, services like Experian Boost, eCreditVolif, and the Ultra FICO score let you add non-traditional payment history to your credit report. That includes streaming services like Netflix and Spotify, utility bills, rent payments, phone bills, even certain subscription services. Now in the United Kingdom, there is a similar program gaining popularity, and that's the Experian Boost UK, which works similarly to its US counterpart. Now, Credit Ladder and Canopy can report your rent payments. The electoral roll registration, just by being a voter and on the register, is crucial for UK credit. Now, also, open banking initiatives are allowing more utility payments to count. Now, according to data from both countries, users who connected their utility and telecom payment histories saw score increases averaging 10 to 20 points, sometimes instantly. Some saw increases of up to 30 points. Now, I personally connected my regular bills through these services and saw a significant boost in just a short time. Not all lenders use these enhanced scores yet, but more are adopting them every single day. And in 2025, several major banks in both countries have started their own programs to incorporate this alternative data. And now that you're building credit, let's talk about maintaining it. These habits are absolutely crucial no matter which country you're in. Now, I also want you to not apply for too many accounts at once. Space your applications at least 3 to 6 months apart. And finally, keep old accounts open. Length of history matters in both systems. Monitor your credit regularly, guys. Now in the US, I recommend free services like Credit Karma, Experian's free offering, or the free FICO scores many credit cards now provide. Now in the UK, use services like ClearScore and Credit Karma, or the free score checks provided by many banks. Now for UK viewers especially, make sure you're registered to vote. It's such a simple fix. Being on the electoral roll is a quick credit score boost that's unique for the UK. Now, I personally check my score monthly, and I've set calendar reminders for when it's time to request limit increases or to apply for new products. Now, remember, building credit is a marathon, not a sprint, in both countries. Small, consistent, positive actions over time will compound and build an excellent score. Now let's talk real expectations. How long does all of this take? While there are some differences between the US and the UK systems, the timeline is surprisingly similar. Within the first 3 months, you'll start to see your first credit score if you're starting from 0. In month 6, the magic number when many scoring models really start to consider your history, and in the next 12 months, you might qualify for decent unsecured card and basic loans, and hopefully within 2 years, with perfect habits, you could reach a good credit territory. And there you have it, your complete roadmap to building credit from scratch in 2025. Whether you're in the USA or the UK, let's recap the main steps that work in both countries. Number 1, get your credit reports through the appropriate channels for your country. Start with a secured card in the US or a credit builder card in the UK. Add a credit builder loan or savings product. Use the authorized user joint account strategy if possible. Leverage alternative data reporting, and finally, maintain solid credit habits consistently. Now, if you found this helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more international financial tips. Drop a comment letting me know where you are in your credit journey and which country you're building credit in. Now, building credit changed my financial life, and I know it can change yours too. Now, everything I've gone over is just the basics of how to build credit, and that's exactly why I've put together a completely free credit masterclass with over 2 hours of content showing you everything that you need to maximize your credit journey. So check this video where I show you what you'll learn, how to get access, and how to use the information inside to turn credit into free travel and a source of income.